Hey, what's good, YouTube? It's Yamistin here, back again with another video. This time we're gonna be talking about the GPX Superlight, specifically the Superlight one, and if it's still worth buying in 2024. Okay, so let's start with the pros of the GPX Superlight in 2024. Okay, so first, excuse me, it's the coating still, like, it's still matte and dry, which is very good for my hands because my I have very sweaty hands, especially when playing. So unless there's a fan directly blowing air towards me or like the air conditioning's on, I usually have sweaty hands while gaming. So this is perfect for that because the coating is very grippy, especially for uh, wet hands, and also even when my hands are dry, like this still is a good coating. So yeah, the next pro for the Superlight in 2024 is obviously the shape. So at the shape, like the Superlight shape is considered to be one of the safest shapes in that you can do claw grip, you can do palm grip, you can do fingertip grip. It suits a lot of grip styles for different hand sizes. So unless you have really small hands, like 15 by like 6 hands, like I'm sure this will still be good for you. Like even like in VCT game changers, like a lot of women are still using the Superlight because it's a really good shape, like it's suitable for a lot of hand sizes. So yeah, so that's one of the pros of the GPX Superlight, is like it's very easy to recommend to other people because it's a safe shape. Okay, so next pro for the Superlight is the modability. So originally this Superlight used to come with 0 PTFE skates, but as you can see, I switched it out with Tiger Ice V2. So there are a lot of aftermarket skates available for the Superlight for like, I don't know, like $10 or less. You can find them for $10 or less. They're really good. It depends on you, like from what brand do you want to buy. You can buy core pads, you can buy BTL skates, you can buy Tiger Ice, you can buy X-ray pad Jades. Like it's up to you, man. So yeah. Another modability for this mouse is the PCB. Like you can find it on AliExpress or Shopee. Like you can find different PCBs, like PCBs for the main clicks or even PCBs for the sensor. And you can change out the switches if you don't like the Chinese Omrons on your Superlight, or they develop double clicking. You can easily just swap them out by desoldering and soldering new switches. And also the encoder, the scroll clicks. There's a lot of modability when it comes to this mouse. And even you can buy a new shell for this mouse. Like I've seen on Shopee, like, or on AliExpress, like they even sell the shell of the Superlight. So yeah, so if ever something breaks, it's easy to repair. Like you can find after, because this mouse is so popular, you can find aftermarket parts to repair it. So you don't have to go out there and spend another like $100 on a mouse. You can just buy replacement parts for it. And also, you can also do mods like lightweight mods. So you can change out the power play. So I think this is like 3 grams. So you can bring this to like 60 grams, I think. And then you can also find 3D printed bottoms, like the one with the holes here. So like, I think you can bring it down to like 55 grams. So it's even lighter than the original one. So yeah. I mean, sorry, not the original one, the Superlight 2. So it can even be lighter than Superlight 2. So there's a lot of modability with this mouse. You can even search for Bearded Bob. I think he got it down to 47 grams, I think, if I'm not mistaken, or 49 grams. But yeah, so there's a lot of um, modding that you can do with the Superlight. Either you can do it or you can ask someone else to do it for you, like an own mice modder or something like that. And then another positive is the warranty, obviously. So, like Logitech, I think has a 2-year warranty for the Superlight one. So, if ever you do like encounter like double clicking or sensor problems, like what if it doesn't track properly or it develops double clicking within like 2 years, you can still have it RMA'd. That's an advantage of buying a Logitech product because they're a big company. So RMA process is supposed to be easier as compared to like Chinese brands, like the Ajas, the uh, VGNs, the thinking of another Chinese Dharma Shark. Yeah, like for example, like the Dharma Shark. Like I had a problem with my Dharma Shark, and like like I couldn't have it warranted, because like I bought it on Shopee on a or international shop, I think, and their RMA process wasn't as smooth as compared to something like Logitech's, you know. So yeah, so those are the pros for the GPX in 2024. So like um, the coating, the shape, the ability to mod this mouse, and also the warranty. You know, so if it runs, you know, if the 2 years runs out, you can still have this modded, you know, and have it fixed. You know, so you don't have to spend like $100 again on a mouse after 2 years. You know, so yeah. So what are the cons? Okay, so let's go to the cons because you know not everything is positive with the Superlight in 2024. So the first con is like, yeah, it's not using the latest and greatest sensor anymore. Like it's using the Hero 25K, I think, sensor, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know what if it's a Pixar sensor or what, but it's still good. But it doesn't support 4K 4000 hertz polling. So if you're into higher polling rate, you're stuck with 1000 polling rate. You know, but otherwise, this is still good. Or if you're like very nitpicky with your DPI, like you want to set it in at like 801 or 802. You can't do that with the Superlight, okay? So that's a con, I guess. The next is the switches and the side buttons on this mouse. So like the switches are use Chinese Omrons and they were bad. Like in my opinion, they felt bad, and I think they're very prone to double clicking also. So for me, like I didn't like the default switches here because they're very loud. They're crisp, but they're loud. Like I don't like the shell ping that happens every time you click. So I had this modded with transparent Huano blue shell ping dots, and that fixed it. You know, it's still crisp, spammable, not as light as the Chinese Omrons, but still light enough to spam. Right, left click and right click. The side buttons, yeah. So the side buttons are trash, you know, like they're very mushy. So if you play a game like Fortnite that you rely on side buttons so much, you might have a bad time or not so much of a good time. I think there's a mod to fix this. I think you just have to put something so that the sides stick out and you don't have much pre-travel and post-travel. But I'm not sure. But like I don't play games that use the side button much, so I'm fine with it. So those are the cons for the Superlight. And what should be the determining factor if you should consider buying the Superlight one in 2024? And I think the determining factor is the price. So like if you can find this mouse under $100 brand new or like under 5,000 pesos brand new, this is such a steal because you're getting such a good value. Like you're getting a mouse that'll last you like 2 to 3 or 4 years down the road. You know, like yeah, it has micro USB, and maybe you don't have micro USB lying anywhere, but you can also buy a dongle. You know, so I have a dongle here. Like I don't know if you can see if you can see these guys, but yeah, I have a dongle here for my Superlight. So I just put it on there, so it charges all the time. I think it charges until it's like 89% battery life. But you know, I've never been able to kill this mouse because of the dongle, because of the dock. Sorry, the dock. Because always had this on the dock, so it doesn't run out of battery. Okay, so if you don't wanna go with micro USB, you don't wanna see a micro USB cable on your desk. You know, you don't have to. You can just buy a dock for the mouse, and it's USB C. The dock's USB C, so that's cool. Okay, so what if I think this retails for like 120? I think because like the GPX2 is like 160, right? So I think this retails for like 120 or 140, and in that price range, I do not recommend this mouse. Like you can get cheaper options. Like if this competes with $100, you know, different $100 mices like Pulsar's offerings, Lamzu's offerings, Ninjutsu's offerings, like you know, you can still make a case that in that price range, this is still one of the best options there. Like you know, like Pulsar, you know, a lot of people have been bashing them for their quality control. Lambs, oh, not so much, you know. They're a good brand, but you know, sometimes there are certain units that slip, like just like even with this Logitech, you know, like I'm not saying that Logitech has perfect quality control, but you know, I think I haven't tried RMA Alamzo mice, but I think Logitech should be easier because they're a bigger company, and you know their presence is more global as compared to Lamzo, I guess. And then Ninjutsu, you know, so like Ninjutsu had like a problem with communication, but I think they fixed it now. But yeah, for a while they went dark. So a lot of people got scared, and a lot of rumors circulated. But I don't think it was true. And if you really want a lightweight mouse, then you can go for the Lamzu, for the Ninjutsu or V2. But for me, in my opinion, like if you want mice that will last long, then it's known to be a good mouse. Like I think you should go with the Superlight, especially if you can find it in under $100 or like less than 5,000 pesos. So how about if like what if you can also if you can't find it under 5K or under $100, you can also look at like the used market, because a lot of people are upgrading to different mice. Like they probably upgraded from the Superlight 1 to the Superlight 2, or like excuse me, or they changed their brand already, like they switch brand. So you can just go with the second-hand market. You can check FB Marketplace, eBay, depends on where you look. Okay, so I'm sure you can find a good deal, and I think if you can find one like that's $80 or like 4,000 pesos below, like I think that's a good deal already, especially if it's in good condition. Like you can check and see that it's actually in good conditions. Sorry about the notifs, guys. Okay, but yeah, so if you can find it for like under $80 or like $80 and under, I think that's a good deal for a used mice, especially because of the modability. Like what if there's like um what do you call this, fading, like the shell, the coating, like it's a bit faded, it's a bit used, or like if you find a white one, it's a bit yellowish. You can just buy a case, buy a new shell and on AliExpress, and you'll have like a new feeling brand new mouse. So that's really awesome. So in my opinion, like in 2024, the Superlight isn't the number one mouse out there. Like I feel like a lot of people are crowning the Viper V3 Pro as the best mouse, right? Release in 2024, like major release in 2024, especially because of the availability and the global presence of Razer. But like in 2024, like if you're on $100 budget, I think this is still a good pick, even compared to like Chinese mice. Like I like Chinese mice. Like I even ordered the 80K X1, so a review of that will be coming soon, as long as when it arrives. But like in my opinion, like I haven't tried to RMA 80K mouse yet. So like I don't know how that process will go, but I've heard my friends RMA the Logitech products, Logic mice before, and it was very smooth. So I highly recommend this to anyone who's looking for a mouse that's like $100 brand new or like $80 brand new. This is very safe shape. You can do a lot with it, and yeah, there's still goat. There's still goat mice. Like I think this is even better than the Superlight 2 in terms of values. So yeah, that's it for this review, I guess. The next mouse that I'll be reviewing is the 80K X1. Okay, so I don't have a Viper V3 Pro because that shit's expensive as fuck. So yeah, I'll be reviewing the Viper V3 inspired Chinese mouse soon. So yeah, so stay tuned for that. So if you like this video, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.